This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Before I jump into another Kaldheim draft, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by clicking on the link in the description below on YouTube or the logo below on Twitch. They got Kaldheim and everything else magic, so check them out. Well, it's probably Righteous Valkyrie. I mean, mostly it's a 3-mana 2/4 flyer that'll gain you some life, and occasionally you can really get it going and have your whole board get +2/+2, which is obviously insane. I think there are a lot of uncommons and some commons you take over this, but none of them are in this pack. I mean, Struggle for Skemfar and Mistwalker are pretty good. Arnie's like in that same boat, but none of them are better than the Valkyrie, yeah, so we take the Valkyrie here. Keep in mind that Angels and Clerics are going to be extra good, but a lot of the white creatures in this format just are Angels and Clerics. So, we don't have to try that hard to make that happen. Ooh. Okay, so this is a card that I think is interesting. Obviously, we have already one life gain payoff, and here is like the other one in the whole set. So that's a good way to begin your packs. This card I didn't think would be very good, but I've played with it a time or two and played against it a time or two, and it's not bad. I mean, it is annoying that you tap out, you pay 4 mana for this thing early and all of that nonsense, don't add to your board, but after that, it really helps keep you alive, and then it drawing you cards really isn't that unlikely, especially with the Valkyrie. This pack does have a Frostbite, which is quite good, but we definitely take the Elixir here. So white is a color that doesn't really care about snow that much. So, taking snow-covered plains isn't at the top of your list. There's one snow payoff in white, and it's rare, and it's not good. So you only play snow plains if you're playing some other colors that have snow. I mean, and every other color does have more snow payoffs, but you would need to have them in your deck to make it worth it. So it's not worth going aggressive here. So it's either Stalwart Valkyrie or Rootless U. Stalwart Valkyrie is a really nice aggressive creature. It fits into more decks. There, I think, is enough of a... it's hard enough to build around Rootless U, even though when you can, it's pretty strong. But I think I'm just going to go with the Valkyrie here. Doesn't hurt that it's an angel either, so, a little bit of upside. I do like Frostpire Arcanist, but that's generally in the Giants deck. Okay. Well, it would be kind of funny to get cute here and take the Story Seeker because it's a cleric with lifelink, but Sorrel's Packmate is too strong to pass here. It's the best card in this pack. It's a very strong common. So I think we take it here. I don't mind Gladewalker. If Gladewalker or Story Seeker wheels here, I'll be pretty happy. Battlefield Raptor, pretty nice little card for the aggro decks in the format too. So, okay. Well, now we can pick up a reason to maybe think about taking some snow lands. Its base level is that it's a 2/2, and if you have like one snow land, it's still very much worth it. So yeah, I think we take it over Snowfield Sinkhole in this case. Yeah, that's where we're going to go. Take the Sculptor. Okay, so we have a snow-covered forest here, which we're now at least moderately interested in. But there's also an Elven Bow, which has been pretty nice. This whole cycle of equipment, as expected, has been solid or better. I think we probably go with the bow here over snow-covered forest. So yeah, I think we go there. Okay, this is nice to get a Struggle for Skemfar this late. This is the pack we opened, I think, in the Struggle wheeled, and we're very happy to pick one up here. Also pretty happy to get a Goldmaw champion here. Their ability to tap stuff down can really give you the, early damage you need to win a game in a hurry. So, another Struggle for Skemfar. Yeah, I think that's where we'd probably go. It is weird that Sculptor of Winter's a rogue. You're not wrong. So probably Raven Wings. I mean, this is another solid piece of equipment. I like it more than Valor of the Worthy. I don't think we're really going to be a Scorn Effigy deck. I mean, there are some white cards that pay us off for double spelling, so maybe I just take it for that reason. Like, if we pick up a couple of the 2-mana 2/2 that makes 1/1s flyers when you double spell, I'd probably take it. All right, here we'll take a Snow-Covered Plains. They do tend to wheel because white doesn't normally want them, but with one Sculptor of Winter, we should be taking them. Yeah. Doubt we want Revitalize, but it is white, so, you know, maybe I should have just taken Run Ashore because it's way more playable, but... Pretty nice start for, you know, a green-white aggro deck, basically. You know, we need some more low drops, certainly. But yeah. So here's the one snow payoff in white, but it's terrible and limited. It's just not what you want to be doing. You know, 2 for 1-ing yourself is essentially what you do when you cast this, and gaining the life doesn't do enough to fix that problem. We definitely take Maya here. She's insanely good. She's like our signpost uncommon. She pays us off for going wide, goes wide herself, pumps the whole board. Lindworm and Struggle for Skemfar are both really good. I wouldn't mind one wheeling, but we definitely want Maya here. She's real good. Okay. So, probably another pack mate here over, like, Battlefield Raptor. We want some low drops for this type of deck, generally speaking. And Battlefield Raptor's a nice one, but pack mate's too good to pass up here, I think. Yep. Okay. So, here's Arctic Tree Line, which is our Snow Duel. It's good fixing anyway, and we do have the one Sculptor. There's another Sculptor in this pack, not to mention Story Seeker and Braggart, both of which I like a reasonable amount. You know, Rune of Sustenance isn't terrible either, nor is Warhorn Blast. There's lots of playables. One of these will probably wheel, is the good news. The question is whether I want to take this Snowland highly or go a different route here. It's a hard pick. I mean, we're unlikely to get a bunch of snow payoffs other than, like, Sculptors of Winter. But I think the fixing it provides is good enough to take it here, plus the snow payoff. Story Seeker would, of course, be nice with our couple of life gain build-arounds, and maybe I should be valuing them a little more highly when we have Cosmos Elixir and Righteous Valkyrie. But I think taking the fixing there and getting another Snowland so that Sculptor is really doing its thing is pretty good. And I think here we'll take a Story Seeker. Yeah, I wouldn't mind, you know, this is decent fixing. We don't have any reason to go that route. Divine Gambit's pretty okay, you know, which is better than I thought it would be. But we definitely take a Story Seeker over it. Okay, another Arctic Tree Line, but with a Shield Mate and a Goldmaw Champion in this pack, I think we probably don't take the Tree Line. I think we want the 2-drop a little more. He's a nice little 2-drop, replaces himself. Been pretty good. I do like Goldmaw Champion, but yeah. Arctic Tree Line in the conversation, but not where we're going to go. Okay, we don't have a rune yet. And for that reason, I think maybe I want the pick more than Runed Crown. Although, you know, as soon as you have a rune, Runed Crown does get significantly upgraded. Yeah, we're going to go with the Crown here, I think. We need to find a rune, but that's doable, right? There's the blue one. So we wouldn't mind a Broken Wings type effect, but we're going to take another Story Seeker here. This isn't terrible. I'm kind of, you know, it's a lot less than terrible. It really helps you fix, which is pretty cool. We're not interested in it, but, you know, in the late game, it's amazing fixing. But we'll take Story Seeker. Number 2. Yeah, we'll take this Glade Walker. It's fine, you know, make something bigger. Has all the creature types, including Angel and Cleric. You know, that doesn't hurt. Yeah, wielding the white rune especially will be good in our deck between our Elixir and our Valkyrie. The green rune is, I feel like, taken more highly, but, you know, it'd be good. So, you know, we're pretty much set on Snowlands. if we can get some more for very little investment, we'll do it. But yeah. So Search for Glory Wield, not a huge surprise. I don't really think we're playing anything in this deck, so I could take Search for Glory just for the gems. I doubt we're playing more than one Scored Effigy, so I think I am going to do that. And that matters. I mean, the more gems you get back, the easier it is to keep drafting and not, you know, go under. So there's the Black Rune. That doesn't do us a whole lot of good. I think we go with the Raptor here. It has been a nice little one-drop. We have some ways of making it bigger. So, yeah. So, are we more interested in Warhorn Blast than a third Story Seeker? We're not great, super great at going wide. So I think I'm going to grab another Story Seeker. We're not bad at it either, but I think stacking up the Story Seekers is good. And look at that. We get a Warhorn Blast anyway. Don't mind this Recluse either. I don't like either of these. I guess Invoke the Divine's a little more likely to... Wow. Oh, boy. Oh, I don't like Scorn Effigy much, but in that pack, it was about all there was. We're not going to be playing this one either. So, this pack is stacked. Look at this. Coma, Avalanche Caller, Blizzard Brawl, Cardour, all first pickable cards. So, man. I wish we could swing that. I just don't think we can. We'd have to pick up insane fixing. I guess we're base green. We're base green. It's possible. We'll take Coma. What we're passing up, we're not passing up anything super incredible anyway. We're passing up good things, but nothing incredible, you know? Okay, so probably just another pack made here. Yeah, that World Tree. You're not wrong. Yeah, we'll take a pack made here. It's better than Finn. I mean, Svella obviously is crazy good. But yeah. Oh, the white-blue land. Gosh. It's hard. Like, I feel like if we veer off too far and too crazily into trying to play Coma, we're going to... The rest of our deck might be a disaster. Thing is, if we get Coma in play, we basically win. So, I guess we're going to do it. I guess. I mean, that's at least a step in the right direction to do it. We have a replicating ring here, which can help us do it too. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's go for the ring. All right. Well, we're taking another Maya here, and this may set us straight after straying like crazy people trying to play Coma, because another Maya is a big deal. She, you know, isn't as good as Coma, but she's pretty darn good. So for now, we're gonna move Coma over. We'll keep these things in mind, but it might not happen. So do we want a Code Spell Cleric? Can we double spell well enough for that to be worthwhile? I think we kind of can. More than a second Battlefield Raptor. It's also a Cleric, so... you know, that matters a little bit for a deck. Tiny bit. So, I think I like the Gladewalker a little more than Braggart in this deck. It's easier to double spell with it. And we're not doing a lot of that, but we're doing enough that I think we take Gladewalker. We still don't have a rune, it's worth noting. So that's kind of sad. I may have passed one at some point and overlooked it. Snowfield Sinkhole doesn't help us with Coma at all. Doomscar Oracle's fine, though. Shimmerdrift Veil. Oh, boy. So, what we're giving up here is a Battlefield Raptor for a little more fixing that might help us play Coma. I think we do it. We'll play it anyway, even without Coma. It's worth noting. So, I think it's worth it. Yeah, Avalanche Caller still being here is kind of insane, I have to say. But, you know. How many gold mods? We only have one. I think grabbing a second one is fine here. Then there's this pack. Another Recluse isn't terrible. Another Struggle for Skemfar really isn't terrible. So I don't think we got there on splashing our buddy Koma, unfortunately. I wish we had. So this fixing we have is Hengegate Pathway, Shimmerdrift Veil, and Replicating Ring. And that's just... I know it seems awesome to do, but we just don't have enough fixing to make that work. Which is sad. But... not that sad. So, we're getting rid of our Ruined Crown. We didn't get what we need for it. That also means we're getting rid of Replicating Ring, since we're not going to play Koma. Yeah. So, where do we go from here? So, Raven Wings isn't awesome in this deck. It's not terrible either, I guess. But, yeah. I don't think we want it. See, the problem with splashing it isn't just that we're splashing it over Codespell Cleric. It's that we also have to put in Replicating Ring, which is an almost entirely useless card in our deck, apart from when we get Koma. So we're putting 2 cards in our deck that are asking us to do significant work to do something, and there's every chance that we draw one and not the other. And even if we have the other, we don't necessarily have the necessary fixing for Koma. So as cool as Koma is, and as powerful, and yes, it's one of the biggest bombs in the set, I think we do more damage to our deck and its mana base by playing Koma than we do gain out of playing Koma. So, yeah. I think in the end, we want to leave it like that. So, we may end up cutting these cards. How many creatures do we have? We have 20. I think 1 Warhorn Blast being in this deck is reasonable. I do kind of wish we'd picked up a Disenchant effect. But, yeah. So I think we cut a Recluse. Maybe we just lose both Recluses. We're not completely vulnerable to flying because of Elven Bow and the other things. Yeah, I think we can lose them both. And then we probably lose one of these 1-drops. We don't really have, like, you know, what you want to do with the Raptor is, like, slap a pick on it. And I don't see us doing that very consistently. So I think we probably lose the Raptor. And this is probably our deck. Having more ways to go wide would be good because we did end up with powerful go wide payoffs, but our deck has enough creatures in it, plus, you know, she does go wide. That Warhorn Blast is definitely an inclusion here. We don't really need the pathway anymore. Is there any downside to playing it? Kind of don't think there is, you know, and it might make our opponents think we have a blue splash, which wouldn't hurt. Yeah. All right. So let's roll with this. We had a Koma deck. Our last deck had Koma in it. We only went 4-3, but I punted away at least 1 game. So, you know, it was a pretty sweet deck. Okay, this is a pretty good hand, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I think we go turn 2 Story Seeker, turn 3 Valkyrie, then start struggle for Skemfaring stuff. Yeah, let's play Story Seeker here. We could have gotten really greedy and foretold this, then played Righteous Valkyrie, then played Story Seeker. But that would be really greedy, I think. Kind of an awkward place with this particular hand. But I think we probably just attack with our Story Seeker here. Gets us up to 22. Then we play Righteous Valkyrie. The reason this hand is kind of awkward is because we got all these foretell cards. Yeah, but, you know, we can just cast them and they're all still pretty good. We could also just foretell 2 of them this turn if we think that's any better. Okay, so I think I probably struggle for Skemfar the Mentor and attack with both. Yeah. You know, killing Sculptor of Winter might be what we want to do next. It does set up silly things. This just allowed me to get in for more damage. We also only need 3 more life to turn on the ability. Okay, well, it's dead now. So much for that. But it did some work, you know? Alright, well, we don't really need to struggle for Skemfar now, so I don't think I will. I think we just attack them. Play the Packmate. So, at this point, we may as well start holding on to lands because of Maya. Yeah. We can mostly... I mean, it depends what we draw. There might be a double spell situation we want to utilize, so we play land, but we have 2 Mayas, so holding on to lands doesn't seem like a bad call. Okay, so with all the mana our opponent has, I think it's kind of dangerous to try to struggle for Skemfar here. I think I just attack with Story Seeker. Yeah, and then we'll foretell our struggle. Okay, so Frostbite. So yeah, we'll foretell this for now. And continue to hold on to lands. Yeah, we could have used one of those. It's not great to see right now for us. That would have been good with our life gain nonsense, too. We passed one at some point, but... So do I bother with a struggle here? I kind of don't think I do. I think between struggle and Goldmaw Champion, I may be able to punch in for a bunch of damage. Oh yeah, I said I wasn't going to play any more lands. I should probably stick to that plan. This can blow up a land and give them a 4/4, which isn't so good for us either. So yeah, we're just going to take the 6 here. Well, there's our Cosmos Elixir. Yeah, I guess we'll play it. Kind of makes me wish I'd chump blocked this turn. So... why does this let you do this? God, the fact that that lets you do it at instant speed is disgusting. Whose idea was that? So is it worth trading a creature here just to be at high enough life to draw a card this next turn? Probably not. It kind of would replace itself, but it would be pretty ugly. Yeah, that's not really what we want right now. So we're going to try to struggle for Skemfar here and kill the Horizon Seeker, I think. Yeah. If they have removal in response and they could have Demon Bolt, it's going to be bad. But I think we were at a place where we needed to do it. Oh, okay. Well, could be worse. I still get the counter, so there's that. And then we're going to foretell our Warhorn Blast. End our turn. We might have to use Warhorn Blast defensively. Which is not how you want to draw it up, generally speaking. I probably double block the Lindworm here. And hope that works out. Okay. I can make it so they both die at least. If I Warhorn Blast here. Sure. Maya would also be a big help here, and we have 2 of her. So she needs to show up. So we're going to take this hit, obviously. This is when Codespell Cleric is pretty crappy. It's kind of the problem it has is when you draw it in these late game scenarios. It is not especially good. Our Cosmos Elixir is trying to keep us alive long enough to find Maya, so there's that, at least. I think we just take it again. I mean, there's a chance they can kill us here, but... I'm not sure... Oh, they don't have the mana is why they haven't used it yet. It can chump, it's true. And it will be doing that at some point. Oh, they do actually with Sculptor. They can do it at instant speed. I bet they kind of didn't realize that. Because most of them don't let you do it. That's one of the things about this set that's so confusing. Is you have a cycle where a lot of them say you can only do this at sorcery speed or whatever. And then you have others that don't say that. So it's like, what? Oh, hello. So this might... Does this have trample? Oh, it has trample. This might help us stabilize either way. That's what we were looking for. Okay. Can we stabilize? We needed to find her, and we did. I'm seriously considering just taking 6 to the face here from this and blocking the Trampler. I mean, if I draw another real card next turn, I'll get my creature token and probably a creature. It's probably the safe thing to do here is block the Lindworm. Yeah, Run Amok is a very real possibility that we kind of have to live with. But, yeah, I mean, this will trample for 3 if they use Run Amok on it. And if I block here, the Lindworm will trample. I think we just have to hope they don't have it, because... if we lose too much of our board here, we're not coming back from it. So I think we have a better chance just kind of just doing this and hoping they don't have it. I think that, yeah, I mean, putting a 2-2... I mean, there's no reason to put a 2-2 in front of it because it's going to be a 7-7 if they have Run Amok. So I just hope they don't have it, because if they do, I think we're dead either way. And this way, if they don't have it, and they didn't, But, you know, that's still pretty bad news for us. Oh, man. I wanted Maya, and of course, that's how she decided to show up. Yeah, putting the 2-2 there, I guess, would have panned out. But yeah, I think we're dead now. She had a free attack, I guess. I could have taken it, but it wouldn't have really made a difference. Alright. So, we can actually make it one more turn, but we, again, kind of have to wreck ourselves to do it. We do have another Maya, so there's that. Cross your fingers they don't have Run Amok. Okay. Wish I had a land, but you know. This Cosmos Elixir has definitely kept us in this game. Okay. So, you're going to chump block that. You're going to block that. And you are going to block this. I get to keep Maya alive here unless there's a catastrophe. But yeah. Yep, Cosmos Elixir is better than a C or C+. We just keep on surviving here. Do we want to make her a 3/4? That seems pretty good, because the Gladewalker's going to chump block. Yeah, I mean, I think this will be one of the cards I was the wrongest about. It's probably a B+ in most scenarios. That's kind of how it shakes out. The good news is, with Maya in play, any card I draw, almost any card I draw, will give us a creature, which will allow us to chump block. We just have to hope they start blanking on their draws, you know, and in the meantime, ours will start going the way we want them to. Which isn't hard to do. It's not hard to make them go the way we want them to because of Maya. So the question here is, do I double block Ravenous Lindworm? The answer might be yes, but I'm pretty scared to do it. But I'm probably going to. I think I have to. But yeah, I mean, I think it made sense. I think a lot of people looked at this and said, like, you know, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do enough if you don't have enough life. But, and I think most people who did set reviews who aren't LSV said that. LSV said it was going to be good, of course. You know, he knows everything. Drawing the Packmate here is big. Will Maya get us back in this game? She's trying, okay? She's trying. She's doing her best. They have... yeah, okay. And here's a land. Meanwhile, our elixir is slowly getting us back to not dying easily to things. Okay. So I think we're in the neighborhood of being able to attack with Goldmaw Champion. And that's what I'm going to do here, is attack with him and tap down the Lindworm. We're not quite at a place where we can attack with everything. But, we're trying. We'll get there eventually. Should I play blue just to freak them out? Let's do it. Yeah, the elixir is what has kept us in this game. I mean, that plus Maya should be noted. And we actually gained a bunch of life at the beginning of the game. that helped us get there too. Yeah, I mean, I think we're now interested in attacking with... We're at 11, we're going to go up to 13, so I think we attack with everything but Maya. Yeah, they have too many cards in their hand that can wreck us, so... They could have too many, that it is. Okay, or they'll just take it all. Ooh, that's a little scary. Alright, so, yeah, we have to block... So Arnie will have 7 power. Yeah. I think I may have to give up Maya here to be safe. I mean, we're probably winning on the backswing. They're at 1. You know, Maya's pump ability will go away, but I think we kind of have to do this. Do they have run amok here or something? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. Wow. Yeah, that elixir did it. Again, plus Maya, you know. But yeah, that card is basically way better than I thought. Yeah, I mean, a few things assisted us there too. Like, we were gaining life and getting a creature no matter what we drew, but they were also drawing blanks, which really helped us fight our way back into that game in a way that you wouldn't usually be able to. Well, I gave Maya a B in my set review, so I was right there. I did not give the elixir a B. I did not do that. Okay, this is a pretty good hand. Morning, Warlock Pelican. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely foretelling Packmate on turn 2 unless I draw a 2-drop. And then probably playing it on turn 3. The Valkyrie will be a later play this game, most likely. I could also foretell this on turn 2, and then foretell these two on turn 3. That's not a terrible plan. If I get the mana to line up that way, I might do it. Obviously, if I only have 3 lands, I won't be able to do it. It also depends how much pressure they're putting on us. But that is an option to, like, foretell, and then the next turn play all 3 of them. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. One can't foretell 2 things on turn 3. Not without a snow land and a sculptor, anyway. Okay. Alright, so we're going to foretell a Packmate here. Guess I'll name white on Shimmer Fail since we have 2 green. We're not splashing anything in this deck. We do have 1 snow payoff. and stuff, though. Yeah, so... Yeah. I think we play this Packmate. And then we play Shimmerdrift Veil, and we'll name white. That way we can, you know, play multiples of things. Are they going to play their Sorulf's Packmate now? Could be the plan. Oh, so I think we just slam the elixir here. We're not under any pressure, and it'll get out of hand. So let's do it. Plus we have life gain all up in our hand. So, you know, getting this online and these to gain us life is pretty good. We do have a bunch of mana over there that may make our lives difficult. It was a Packmate. Okay. Well, their Packmate is bigger. That's not nice. So let's play our pathway. I'm gonna go with the white here. So we probably go Righteous Valkyrie Story Seeker here. I mean, this is going to be a 5/5, which is annoying. But, yeah, I think we go Righteous Valkyrie Story Seeker. End our turn. And draw a card. So, that was pretty good. That Packmate is jacked, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll probably chump with Story Seeker. There might be an argument to be made for chumping with Packmate because life gain matters over here, but we kind of want this to not kill our Righteous Valkyrie if we can help it, so... Fall kills the creature with the greatest power. So, it'll kill my Packmate right now. Not other stuff. What if they attack here? If they don't attack at all, I'm going to feel really good, yeah. So they do attack, which I think... You a cleric? So this would drop me to 19 if I take it, and I can just get the life back. So I think we actually just want to take this. Yeah, we're going to just take this. Now, the thing is, hold on. If I get up to... I have to get to 27 for that. And if I block here, I'll get there. Okay, that's probably worth it. No, I don't think we wanted to double block it. I don't think we needed to. Mainly. So we're just going to cast this Doomscar Oracle because it's going to get us where we need to be to turn on Righteous Valkyrie's ability. Unless they counter it or something. I guess they might. That would be brutal. This will still get us to where we need to be. Okay, they don't counter it, so that's good. So our whole board's going to get +2/+2 here. Boom. Then I think we also play a Gladewalker, who, by the way, also a cleric. And we don't want to make our Valkyrie our biggest creature. I can tell you that much. Because we don't want it to die. So maybe I just put it on the Gladewalker. And yeah, we'll attack here with the Packmate. Do I attack with Packmate and Valkyrie? We can kind of get away with it. We have so much life plus our elixir that I think we go for it. So we'll draw a card off of the elixir. So they kill one of the 5s, which I guess is our Oracle, but we can take a hit, a significant hit here, and be okay. Let's hope they don't slam Coma here, although I guess even with Coma right now, let's hope they don't do that, but we'd be in pretty good shape. Not perfect shape, because they could have just tapped down our Valkyrie, but yeah. It's just Narfi. I can live with Narfi. As good as Narfi is, I think what we have going on is probably better. Okay, well, they're about to do something else, too, with all that mana. Okay. Not too worried about a Frost Peak Yeti, either. Okay. So... let's play this Packmate, see what we hit off of it. Okay. Well, how much snow mana do they have? They have enough to bring back Narfi. So attacking into Narfi is not the most appealing thing in the world. Yeah, so we'll attack with these two. I mean, I do attack into Narfi here, but he can't kill my Packmate, so it's not a big deal. And then we probably just play our other flyer. The Valkyrie, that is. That way we represent lethal on... well, it won't be lethal without a friend, but... without its friend, but I think we probably still do it. Well, we really got the life gain engine going this time. In our last game, you know, it wasn't so much of an engine as a way to help us grind out the game. In this game, it's been insane. That was fun. Getting the Angel and the Elixir and our opponent not being able to deal with either of them is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. It is pretty crazy that we started this draft with the only two life gain payoffs in this whole set. Like, and they're both rare, I should say, too. Kind of crazy. What are the chances? Ugh. I overlooked this Veil. This hand's better than it looks. Yeah, the Veil will help us. Name green with the Veil. Alright, so we're keeping this one. It's kind of tempting to foretell Struggle for Skemfar, so that next turn I could play like Story Seeker into the Struggle. And if it doesn't line up for me to do that, I can just play the Valkyrie. I think that seems fine. Yeah. So let's foretell Struggle for Skemfar there. And yes, Rich, I didn't see your question, Richest Line, but yes, that is what we decided to do. I don't know for sure that it's like the 100% right thing to do, but it seems reasonable to me. Yeah, so, and since they didn't, we're actually going to go with white here, because we're going to need double white. Since they didn't play anything for us to kill, we may as well just play the Valkyrie, and, yeah. Start setting up the life gain to make the Valkyrie's mass pump effect actually happen. She might be dead, though, to the black-green uncommon Saga. When you see that many different colors of lands, that's a pretty likely outcome. Definitely... Okay. Yeah, she's dead. That's okay. Ooh. Now we probably just double spell here, because we should while we can in terms of Code Spell Cleric. Like you play Story Seeker and then Code Spell and put a counter on Story Seeker. Seems pretty good. Not when you tap our mana like that, though. You crazy? So yeah, we'll go Story Seeker, Code Spell Cleric. We do need to find some more mana. We don't need like a ton more, just like, you know, 2 more. 2 more would be good. Okay, well, that doesn't hurt my feelings a whole lot. I think, in general, this card's really... It's just too situational overall. Of course, they're about to struggle for Skemfar. Our creature, yeah. That makes it better. I mean, I do still think it's too situational. For the most part. Oof. But yeah. They're not going to do anything with Chapter 2. For example. Yeah. So, we just end our turn there. We're going to take 4. We're supposed to be the ones gaining life. Yeah, that's not great news for us. 2 big ol' creatures. Well, I think we play the Elixir here and keep ourselves alive. They're going to drain 3 here, too, unfortunately. So I think we just take the 9 here. We got to keep our board alive if we're going to have a chance. Okay. Well, yeah, good, you're green. Okay, so I think we struggle for Skemfar. Wait a second. I think we play our Elven Bow and struggle for Skemfar. Yeah. And make a creature with the bow. Let's make sure Auto Tapper isn't being dumb. Okay. Gain some life with Story Seeker. Can also gain some life by chump blocking is the thing. Yeah. We'll hold on to it there. Alright. So, we're going to chump block the Grizzled Outrider here and take 4. We can kill the Story Seeker with our Struggle for Skemfar this next turn, if, you know, that's what lines up. Uh-oh. Yeah. That's a problem. I kind of think we want to play Maya now. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna, in another game where it's like, if our opponent has tricks, we're in trouble, but... Yeah, the heist did work for them. It's a weird card because you see it all the time when it does something real, but the amount of times where it's stuck in people's hands is pretty significant, I think. And we just don't see people play it because it's sometimes so useless. Yeah, it is pretty funny our opponent's at 43. And we're the life gain deck, but, you know. The two big boys attack. Okay. Well, it's a little bit risky. But we're going to block the really big boy and hold on for dear life that they can't kill us. It's kind of unlikely with the mana they have, so yeah. So I kind of would have liked to draw like a land there and also struggle for Skemfar. That would have been the dream, but this works out okay. I mean, I could still struggle and kill the Grizzled Outrider. I'll go up to 5. No, then I have to chump block Ugly. This way, at least I can play the Guardian Gladewalker and put the counter here, so that creature's larger. And we're going to foretell our struggle. And then we're not going to attack. So, we're going to see if this combo gets us back in this game. Our opponent has considerably better board position than our last opponent did where we turned this around. And any removal on this 5/6 is going to spell serious... Basically, we would lose if they can kill it. Especially... certainly if they can kill it before we attack. If it stays alive, and we're able to kill the Lindworm with it next turn, I think we're feeling great. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. So, you're going to chump block there. You're going to block that. And Maya's going to block this. And we're going to pray. I mean, I think that's our best... best action here is prayer. Yeah. Trick kills us. Can they do it? Can they kill our Elven Bow token thing? Ooh, so it doesn't look like they can kill it, but they're going wide, which is a little less than ideal for us. Okay, that is a pretty good draw. I mean, you know, lands are good. So we can kill the Lindworm here outright. They're tapped out, so that's what we're going to do. Boom. Dealt with that. Play land. Foretell, Warhorn Blast, and end our turn. Uh-oh. No! That's a bit of a problem. For a while. So we're gonna sacrifice a non-land permanent. It's gonna be our 2/2. So you know what's really bad news? Yeah, it can't be a land. It's real bad news. The real bad news is that they can untap it and use it over and over again. They only have 1 black mana right now, but untapping it twice is going to be enough to beat us, probably. I have to think. Okay. So Shieldmate's pretty good against it because I get a token out of the deal at least. What a wacky game this has been. Oh no. Man, they're just hitting us with the haymakers late here. Our Elven Bow goes away. Okay. Still have a 5/5. I mean... I think we'd rather sacrifice our Shieldmate here. Yeah, it is good news that they're only on 47. You're right. So it's like, is it better for me to hold on to a land here than it is to make a 2/2? Are we getting into that neighborhood because of this thing? Probably not. I mean, this gives me board presence. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit better to play the land. Our opponent is making our lives very difficult. They're going to get back their Lindworm, too. So, yeah, I mean, they're just going to be able... Thanks to their huge life total and good board position, we're not going to be able to parlay this into another win. Well, now we're definitely not. That... Well, they can't quite swing for lethal. Well, maybe they can. Yeah, they can... They'll get through for 3. Okay, so I can go to 1 here. And Warhorn Blast might do some real stuff here. So let's line up the blocks here. We do not want them to hold on to the Draugr Recruiter. Yeah, we're actually going to kill everything we're blocking at least. And we're going to take 3 and go to 1. And we're going to use Warhorn Blast defensively. However, I don't know how we don't die to the Lantern this turn. Yeah, that doesn't help us. Because we go to 3 here, we have to sacrifice a permanent, so yeah, they got us. Even though they were at 51, that was a fun game. Right, I think this is a keep. Would be nice if we had one of our snow lands, but it's alright without that stuff. This is another hand where it's worth considering, like, foretelling this, then playing Sculptor and struggling. That didn't work out for us in the last game, the way the game shook out, but... Let's draw a Snowland and really put our Sculptor to use. Well, we did, but it's a tap one, so I think we just play Sculptor in this case. We probably foretell Struggle this turn. We probably play our Arctic Tree Line and foretell the Struggle. Then next turn we could maybe Struggle plus Elixir. Well, yeah, kind of makes me want to take a different approach. Yeah, I think maybe we just want to play the Gladewalker now. Yeah. Lets us attack here. Also makes Struggle a little better, you know, if our Sculptor continues to live anyway. Ah. So they're all in right now on snow. I think we probably struggle here to slow down their snow mana. And attack for 5. So they're having a slow start, which is, that part's good. The bad part, I mean, I guess we have a decent late game. But I'm a little scared of what they might be able to do with all this mana. Hopefully Warhorn Blast lines up in such a way that we can still just attack with our Sculptor. Well, it's not going to line up in such a way because... we don't have any dead creatures, right? Yeah. Because they can give that guy indestructible. We can, however, play a flyer. And that's what we'll do. Is it worth foretelling this? Probably. Kind of wish I'd put some plus and plus 1 counters on this Valkyrie now. Well, they have 2 Snowlands right now, and that's enough to kill our Valkyrie. But it probably gets in for a hit first, at least. It'd be cool to draw another struggle here and just kill it with the struggle and attack. I would feel pretty good. I can even... Oh my gosh. Okay. You cost what? Yeah. So... it's a little bit risky, given the mana they have up, but I think we can go for it. Let's see what they do here. Nice. Drawing exactly what we needed was good. Who knew? They may be able to kill it still. Okay. Gets in for 1 hit, and it has them on a 2-turn clock right now, and Warhorn Blast may be just what the doctor ordered, like, next turn, depending on what happens here. That's sad. Yeah, we don't have the mana for that. I wonder if using this to fight... No, that wouldn't have worked out. Well, I guess I could only pump it once. I could have fought this and it would be tap, but then they would have still had their Priest of the Haunted Edge, so yeah, probably not worth it. Time to play our Elixir, most likely, and start trying to draw cards. Yeah, so... yeah, and we just end our turn. I mean, there's nothing to be gained from an attack here. You know, for telling a card super early and it just sitting around, I think telegraphs in some ways what you might have to your opponent. You know, they know it's not certain things like Iron Verdict or whatever. Their plan is eventually to win the game with Replicating Ring plus Eyesight Troll, I would guess. And we can't do a whole lot about that plan, if that is their plan. We just have to start drawing cards and stuff. So I could block here and save my creature with Warhorn Blast, but as low as their life total is, I just don't think that's what I want to do. Okay. That's not really what I wanted either, but we are going to draw a card here. We need Maya, probably, to really push us over the edge. Last time I said I wanted to draw a card, we did it, so maybe we'll do it again. I mean, the good news is, if this is their plan, we can just chump block it, which won't be that hard, especially if we actually get Maya. Yeah, I'm going to stop playing lands. Oh, God. This is going to get us again. Although, the downgrade here really isn't that severe. Now, they do hold on to the Elven Bow, and they'll be able to move it later. But the downgrade could be a lot worse, I guess, is what I'm saying. Yeah. It's not amazing. Now, they can steal my Elixir by giving us their Replicating Ring next turn, which is less than ideal, I think we could say. They do only have 1 snow mana up this turn. That might matter. Yeah, they only have 1 snow mana. So I think attacking with my Elven Bowed token after I put a Gladewalker token on it is probably reasonable. Gladewalker counter, that is. Oh, you know, if I'd put the counter there, would that have been a better attack? Probably. So they technically still control the bow, so they'll be able to take it away from us on a subsequent turn. Yeah. I probably should have put the counter there and attacked with both. That would have put us in a much better position. But, yeah. We're just going to attack with this. And then use Warhorn Blast to keep this alive and kill that. So I think in this case, we want to play the land so we can foretell our Oracle. Yeah. Another struggle for Skemfar is nice. Let's see what exchange they make here. Are they going to give us their Replicating Ring? We can't do as much with it as they can, so probably. They give us the bow. That's funny. But they are in pretty good position here. There is a Loki equivalent. Valky, yeah. Yeah, that's not great. They're going to gain life off of this, too. So they may manage to stabilize here, unfortunately for us. I mean, they've kind of been stabilized for a while. Yeah. I mean, we need to find a flyer, and one of them's already dead, so... They are tapped out of snow mana here, which means I can kill this. That part's nice. So, we're going to play our Doomscar Oracle here. And then play Struggle for Skemfar. And hold on to this land. So this is going to start drawing them cards soon enough. I mean, we have to find a way to get through for lethal. And unfortunately, our best way of doing that is probably Warhorn Blast. I guess if we draw our Cleric Angel thing, that would do it too. So yeah, the replicating rings are going to let them use this ability in the near future. Ouch. That's not going to help us a whole lot. So yeah, they're going to go off this turn. Replicating Ring's going to do that. They have Path of the World Tree mana. They'll use it to kill something of mine, draw a bunch of cards, etc. So yeah, it is funny. We've gotten owned by this twice today. I still don't think it's especially good. And I know most people who, cover Limited would tell you pretty much the same thing, that it's pretty situational. They have so much mana, and oh my gosh. Well, I think we lose. It's going to take a while for us to get there, probably. But with all the mana they have, and they're about to start drawing cards off the elixir. And Frost Augur, for that matter. Boy. That is not what you want to see. We'll probably scoop pretty soon in the interest of time. Like, they're set up so well over there, and we have a hand of lands. Like, they're at 21 now. There's basically no way for us to... Yeah, milling them is the most likely, but they're at 15 cards, so I don't see that happening unless they're incredibly conservative. And maybe they will be. I don't know. We'll take 4. They do draw 2 cards a turn, so... maybe even 3, but if they're drawing that many extra cards, it's unlikely that we can beat them. But, back-to-back Story Seekers, look out. Yeah, I guess because of the minuscule chance that they end up, accidentally milling themselves, we'll avoid scooping, but it won't take that much else for them to take over this board, and they're drawing at least 2 cards a turn and drawing a third one a decent chunk of the time. So, it's kind of tricky. We do keep whiffing with their Augur, I guess. I think that's an interesting decision. I still have a pretty good block on the Kinseekers, and I guess I'm going to go for it here. Hold on to the flyer. I could also keep being as wide as I am by blocking a little differently, but I think holding on to the 3/3 kind of matters on this board. Bounce spell here is bad, as is Frostbite, yeah. Okay. That feels good. Probably should have just taken it. Yeah. Certainly feels like I should have taken it, doesn't it? They ought to be able to run us over now. Maya could buy us some significant time, but that's about it. I think we just take these both. Yeah, Maya would be pretty good. We have 2 of them left in our 16-card library. So, let's hope we draw one, like, now. Nice. I mean, and I first said it a long time ago, but... So it didn't happen immediately this time, but... That certainly helps. With the number of cards in their hand, there's a good chance they've just been holding on to removal, waiting for me to play something that might actually be able to turn the game around for me. And now that I have, she may eat a Frostbite or something. If they do kill her, it'd be really funny to draw the other copy. We did that earlier in a situation where she wasn't dead, and that was pretty frustrating, but doing it now, if they kill her and drawing another one that'd be pretty nice. I mean, if she stays in play, virtually any card I draw gives us a creature. And we really want to draw not creatures. I mean, we really want to draw creatures and then play a land every turn. That, especially, could help us ride this one out. Spirit of the Alderguard. So they're thinning out their deck even more. They may have something in their deck that they know will just win them the game. As aggressively as they're utilizing that. Okay. So, given that I know I have lands in my hand, I kind of think blocking like this is fine. Taking the 4. Yeah. They're going to get so much more mana with this replicating ring, too. It's insane. Ah, In Search of Greatness. That's pretty gross when you're drawing as many extra cards as our opponent is. They didn't have anything to get. This deck could have really utilized the white aura removal spell. That's like something that we could really use. Nice. Okay, so we do get 2 bodies here. Two bodies is good. You know, even if this deck ends up not doing well, it's pretty clear that Maya and Cosmos Elixir is good stuff to have as your late game win conditions and help you stabilize in situations that should be pretty much impossible. If we still had our elixir, we probably would have won this game. So, you know. Oh, man. Okay. That's not good. Everyone's been reduced in size. So, is this a May? It's not a May. Does that give us the best chance if we make Inga do her thing? It's definitely kind of funny. I think the commons in this set, especially in some colors, are super powerful. Yeah, so we kind of have to block like this anyway. We go to 1. No, we go to 2. Yeah. But let's do it. I mean, causing them to deck is like our only chance. And it's not really going to happen, let's be real, but it's kind of funny to get them that close to it. It'd be funny if I suddenly played like a mill spell on them here. So they're going to go to 2 cards, and then to 1 on their next turn. That's not going to do it unless they accidentally draw a card here. An extra one. Interesting. Okay, okay. One card short. Yeah. We started 2-0. We've now dropped to 2-2, which seems par for the course right now. But yeah, that Trickster God's Heist in that game was nasty. It's a good card against this deck in general because we have that Cosmos Elixir. And stealing it's pretty good. Doomscar would have been hilarious. I think we can keep this, especially on the draw. We have green and white, so works for me. Which 2-drop should we play first? I mean, we're kind of happy to trade a 2-drop, because then it gets our Valkyrie going. I think I'm going to lead with Story Seeker. We do need to hit a 3rd land here. I mean, we don't desperately need to. We can play the Gladewalker and make this a 3-3. Packmate's gross. Okay, well, I think we do this, and if they want to trade, we'll take it. I mean, it is a 2-for-1 in their favor, but we can play our Valkyrie next turn, and if we draw a land, we could go Valkyrie, Codespell Cleric, which would be really good, I think. Not looking good here, mana-wise. But not looking terrible. Could be worse, certainly. Of course, they have their Stalwart Valkyrie, too. Okay, and we needed to draw a green land for that to work out. A white land, rather, for that to work out. So, question is whether I want to play my Valkyrie here. Probably. It's probably still the play. Because I can still put a counter on it with the Cleric later. Of course, I guess a 4-3 Valkyrie doesn't line up that well against a 3-2 Valkyrie. So, might be better to put it on the Gladewalker, but either way. Okay, we did it. So, yeah. Question is, what do we want to do? I think we probably play Goldmot Champion here, then Cleric, and put a counter on Gladewalker and attack with both. This sets up a pretty nice Warhorn Blast for later. I'm sure they trade for our Valkyrie. Would be nice to draw our Chalice right about now. Or our Valkyrie. Either one would be pretty bonkers. Since we're at 23, you know, one of them would pump our whole board. Oh no, we have to get to 27. So she wouldn't pump her board immediately, but she'd get close. And then, obviously, the Chalice would already be drawing us cards. Oh, wow. I think this sets us up pretty nicely to do a huge amount of damage next turn. Now, could they have Doomscar? They could. It's not hugely likely, though. And I think we just go for it. I think it gives us... It's going to give us our best chance of winning. For me to play Goldmot Champion and Shieldmate here. Or maybe just Goldmot Champion and Foretell Warhorn Blast. Nah. It's better to go Goldmot Champion, Shieldmate. Let's cross our fingers. Let's cross our fingers they don't have Doomscar. If they do, we lose. If they don't, we probably win. But I'm hoping they just didn't have anything they could do. We do keep a 1/1 token, so it's not a complete disaster. Okay, well... yeah, I mean, we still have a very good attack this turn. It did just get a little bit worse, but, you know. Is it better to just attack this turn, tap down these two, and then hold on to Warhorn Blast for next turn? Foretell it? I won't lose... I guess I could lose my Cleric. I think maybe the tap plan is the better plan. Lets us get in for some significant damage. I mean, I guess Warhorn Blast has blowout potential, but if they line up their blockers cautiously, it's not going to be that great, but yeah, it's probably the right move. Yeah, it's probably the right move. It sucks they had to add 3 bodies to the board in a single turn, but, you know. Ooh. That's going to turn out pretty nicely for us, obviously. Yeah, that should probably do it. They're not entirely dead, but we just wiped their whole board and lost nothing while dropping them to 2. So that worked out. If they had lined up their blocks a little differently, I would have lost some stuff, but... I like Kaldheim. It's really complicated, and that can be frustrating sometimes, but I also think it makes it... it's kind of nice not to have a set that's easily solvable, you know? Alright, we got there. At least breaking even with this sweet deck. Well, not breaking even in terms of entry, but breaking even in terms of our record of 3-3. Those two numbers are even. I think they did a really cool job designing stuff. I mean, earlier in the stream, somebody mentioned that there's only like 2 real decks in the format, and it's kind of true. Like, you're either a really aggressive deck or like a snow dirtling deck. You end up with some weird ones like this one, and that's kind of maybe not so good. But I think if people start leaning into those archetypes, things are sort of self-correcting. So, yeah, this is an alright hand. So, yeah, we foretell struggle for Skemfar here. A giant deck is viable, but you basically have to have the signpost. The Agar, and usually more than one for it to really thrive, but I mean, I think that's a real deck for sure. I was just saying somebody says that's... Somebody who's #1 Mythic said that, you know. So we probably should sort of listen to them. Yeah, we just play out our champion here. Maybe struggle next turn, play another champion. That would feel pretty good if things line up that way. Well, they don't exactly. So we're up against a giant deck probably as we talk about that. So I could attack and tap it and then foretell something, but that barely seems worth it. I can actually just attack here and maybe they don't block. So, you know. Oh, Oracle plus fight. Yeah, that's probably better. Good call. Good call. Could have taken the free attack first, but this works out okay. If we draw another white mana, we can double the spell again next turn, and then Warhorn Blast will be, you know, Warhorn Blasty. Kind of hoping that's all they have. Wouldn't that be nice? They have something else, though. Maybe. So, we did not draw the color we wanted, but I think we attack here and hold up Warhorn Blast in case they try to do something mean. And if they just take this, I think we play Goldmaw Champion. So they might have a trick here. Warhorn Blast might be able to save us from whatever trick, but... I mean, Run Amok doesn't work here. Ooh, I think maybe they thought it would. Or they're planning on frostbiting us, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to play Goldmaw here and foretell Warhorn Blast. Yeah, the big giant saga would ruin our day significantly. And they're only 1 mana away from it, so that is something to ponder. We had that giant saga earlier today. Every time we played it, it was like, oh, cool, my opponent has all changelings in play. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. Yeah, I mean... Okay. So I think we probably play the Glade Walker here. Pump our Goldmaw Champion. And maybe in the interest of being a little worried about that saga, we just tap this down and crack in for 9. I think that seems reasonable. Yeah. Play around it a little bit. Do they have the big giant saga? It would be a sad day for us in that saga, between it destroying us in this game and never working out for us when we played it earlier today. Okay, good. White mana here would be great because... Oh. I mean, I think we just attack and Warhorn Blast here, and then Foretell, struggle for Skemfar. I mean, that's... We could also just tap them both down, right? 4, 7, 9, 10. No, we can't tap them all down. And they would block this and take... Yeah, so we attack with everything and just use Warhorn Blast. That's our plan here. Could have like a Frostbite here to kill our Oracle. Looks like they might have something anyway. Oh, they're just rearranging their blocks. Yep. That'll do it. It's kind of funny. Our deck so far, before these last two games, we were definitely winning long games with our grindy cards, but these last two games have just been like, curve out, play Warhorn Blast. This deck has a couple different identities, I guess. Alright, so we're going at least 4-3 with this one, which will do enough to get us back to a 50% win percentage, but let's see if we can do a little better. I think we have to send this one back. The complete lack of green mana is a very big problem. This is much, much better. I think maybe Story Seeker is the weakest card in this hand, probably. Yeah. I think we probably send it back. We're gonna name green with this. Maya needs double green. This might just be a hand where we go 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop rather than foretelling. Well, now it makes Packmate Cleric looks pretty attractive for next turn. I guess I could... Yeah, let's go the Packmate Cleric route. Playing a 2-drop there could have been okay, but I think next turn the double spell we're going to do is pretty potent. Yeah, and I think that's definitely still our plan. So we go Packmate. Land, Code Spell Cleric. I think we put the counter on the Packmate. They may be in trouble here if that's what they... If that's their turn, and it looks like it is. Is it better to double spell here, play both of these, than it is to play Goldmaw? Playing Goldmaw sets up some pretty hard attacks, but going a little bit wider and struggle for Skemfaring whatever they play also seems pretty appealing. Oh, I should have played my shield mate, my Gladewalker first. Yeah, I'm still gonna do it, but I missed out on the damage there. So this is another curve out and win hand. Hopefully. Certainly has the potential to be. Like, as long as they play something here we can kill. Killing our creature isn't quite as good, but they did have to use up their whole turn to do it, so that part's not too terrible. Okay, so play Goldmaw Champion here, and then Foretell struggle for Skemfar. We're going to end up losing this game by 1 damage that I missed out on when played my Gladewalker. That's my prediction. But yeah, this is a really good board. Between removal and Goldmaw Champion's Boast, it's tough for our opponent to stick any creature on the board that will protect them. They basically have to have removal, and a lot of it is tricky to use for various reasons. Yeah, I mean, they're killing our stuff, it's true, but they're taking entire turns to do it, so that part's good. So we're not going to miss out on the damage this time. I think we go with the Cleric again, you know, Vigilance. Attack with everything. Drop them to 4. So we don't have that Boast ability anymore, but we still have our Struggle. If they play a lot of things, we can just kill it. There are some things with the amount of mana they have that we wouldn't be able to. But yeah. Interesting. Well, we drew our Warhorn Blast, but I think it's incredibly risky for us to try to use it here. We might as well just attack and see what they do. I mean, they're dead without Warhorn Blast, so yeah. I mean, if they want to spend mana to kill something, we definitely use Warhorn Blast. So yeah, we still kill them here off of Warhorn Blast. This is such a weird deck because our first 2 wins were grindy ones, and the next 3, after we lost a couple, have all been like Warhorn Blast games. Yeah. All right. Now we'll get over 50%. So we've been pretty lucky to draw our 1 Warhorn Blast. Although in some games it showed up a little bit too early. Wow. I mean, I think this is a keep, thanks to the Foretell, and obviously Maya's really good. She actually costs double white, so earlier when I played Animated Green that was not correct. So, do I Foretell? That's the question. I think the answer is probably yes. I mean, we take some damage here, but setting up a Struggle plus a 2-drop next turn is pretty good. Probably kill the Fearless Pup now with the Struggle. Yeah, so we go Story Seeker. The reason I killed the Pup, by the way, is that it could have pumped itself to easily attack through Story Seeker. These guys need some help doing it. Man, we need some mana. Okay, so do I just play another 2/2? It's not the worst plan in the world. Neither is making this a 4/4, I guess. I think we play the Oracle here. Maybe we should attack. Maybe I should have attacked first. I think we probably should have, and I might still. So they can foretell, obviously. Yeah, I think attacking here is reasonable. I should have definitely done it with all my mana up. That was not ideal. But, you know, it's actually worked out okay there, despite it being suboptimal. So I probably block Dream Devourer. They can foretell and stuff and make it bigger, but yeah, I mean, I kill it. They have to use a trick or something for it to not die, so we'll go ahead for the block here, see what happens. Yeah, so it's just a trade, which is perfectly okay with us, I think. Hey, there's that fourth land. Probably just go for it with the elixir here. It'll draw us a card this turn, after all. Yeah, we'll go for it with elixir. Hey, Johan. So, even if I draw a fifth land, I may hold off on playing Maya, just so that I can also play another land. It depends what it does for me, obviously. The Anthem effect is no joke. Uh-oh. Well, that's annoying. I think we probably want to lose one Maya, as strange as that might seem. And probably Story Seeker. I mean, you know, she's legendary, so having two is kind of rough. Story Seeker does gain us life. Maybe that's moderately better than the second Gladewalker. Yeah. Wow. They're being aggressive. Okay. So we attack here, and then we... Do I just want to put another counter on the same Story Seeker to do the damage and gain the life right away? Probably. So we're going wide ahead of Maya too, which is obviously good. Okay, next turn we can Gold Maw and Code Spell, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Is Maya better here than the other plan? Probably. Yeah. They don't have that many good blocks anymore. I mean, they can kill our Gladewalker pretty effectively. But other than that, the blocks don't line up very well for them. Dang. They really want to kill that Story Seeker. Ooh. She's going to pump our whole board. Most likely. I mean, they're probably going to hit us here, but if we have Valkyrie and Maya in play, I think we're going to be ecstatic. Okay, so... Man. See, the Code Spell Cleric will gain us life is the thing, in addition to everything else. But the Gold Maw Champion is going to be so good at helping us get through for lethal. I think we probably lose the Cleric. Okay, so... Land. Valkyrie. Yeah. Got there. Well, that was sweet. We had those 2 losses in a row that had me pretty dejected, but since then, it's gone pretty well. So this will be our last game, no matter what, whether we win or lose, because we're 6-2. Ooh, boy. No, thank you. Okay, that's much better. I think we send back Hengegate Pathway. I feel like we'll be able to set up the Cleric reasonably well. Hengegate Pathway isn't especially good for us because we don't even have any blue cards, so it's just a Plains. I mean, maybe it's technically better to put back a Plains, but it doesn't really matter for us. It is an untapped land, but so is our Plains, and we need to hold on to these other lands. So yeah, all right. I think that's correct. Okay, so tree line. I'm sure they just foretold their pack mate. So next turn we can go pack mate Cleric, which is a pretty nice little play for turn 3. Okay. Yeah, so that's our plan here. We go... So rolls pack mate. Code spell Cleric. Makes our struggle for Skemfar considerably better. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to kill that. Right now they only have 1 snow-covered forest, I guess. So it's not desperate that we do so. We can maybe hold off a little while longer. I think I probably will. So they may be able to kill an X2, but I don't think that's a catastrophe. Yeah. I do want to play a land so that I can suspend or foretell struggle for Skemfar. So I think we play Bladewalker here. I'm actually going to put the counter on the Cleric. Attack with both of them. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Okay. Maybe I should have just struggled, huh? That's how it looks now, certainly. Because now, if they play a snow land, they can kill my Cleric. And we're left with a 1-1 and a bunch of lands. You know, and struggle, which is pretty terrible with these bodies in play. Alright, so it's just 1 snow land still. Ooh. Okay. Well... It's gonna suck if they hit what they need. Yeah. But we're gonna play Maya here. And attack with both. I hope they can't kill Maya. Because we'll be in pretty good shape if they don't. That's a nice combo. For sure. Ooh. Wow. More than nice. Yeah, we probably lose now. That turn is probably big enough to do it. That struggle for Skemfar, that was nasty. We still have a chance, of course. I mean, it's early. We still have 20 life, but that is a huge turn. And that's not good for us either. Give me something that can fight Furia, please. That can't do it. Oof. Okay. Probably worried I have Iron Verdict, so they don't really want to attack with Furia. Yeah, I don't, so... If they have a second spell here, oh man. Not only do they have a second spell, it's a removal spell. Yeah. I don't think it was worth it, because that would 3-for-1 us, Zach's stream. It would lose 2 creatures, and then lose another... Maybe it was worth it if I had attacked with these two and fought with this. I guess Codespell Cleric could have survived. So... They're Damnation card sleeves, I think, is what these are. That's what they look like. Well, yeah. We'll kill that Clarion Spirit. Look out. Yeah, they do look pretty awesome. I don't disagree. Okay. Oh yeah, you're down to 20. What a weird series of games we had. We had 2 that were very grindy wins, 2 losses that were ugly, and then we won 3 in a row like an aggro deck, and now we have another ugly loss. Ups and downs. Oh, gross. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. So we don't have to watch them go through the Furia nonsense. I'm pretty happy this deck went 6-3, though, the way things have been going of late. So I'll take it. Yeah, that double spell deck, when it comes together right, is nasty. That's for sure. All right. Open our packs. All right, so yeah, that'll be it for the stream today. I'll be back on Saturday and Sunday, same time, 8 a.m. Eastern, drafting some more Kaldheim. We did get our record today back above 500, so hopefully we can continue on that trend. Yeah, 68 and 66. Look out. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Hope to see you all on Saturday.